Spain's latest defensive story reads like a plot twist. Two rising teenagers from rival academies now look less like enemies and more like the backbone of a national project. Dean Huijsen, whose move to Real Madrid in the summer turned many heads, has spoken openly about Barcelona's Pau Cubarsí not as an adversary but as a partner he trusts, and that simple switch in tone changes how we should read every upcoming fixture. Huijsen's words matter because they are rare. A young player fresh into the senior squad admitting comfort alongside a player from the club fans love to hate, and that admission forces coaches, pundits and supporters to rethink what rivalry really looks like when the national jersey is at stake. It is one thing to acknowledge an opponent's quality and another to declare comfort while standing side by side, and that declaration reveals what coaches prize most: reliability and understanding. Huijsen made it clear he feels comfortable alongside Cubarsí in the same way he feels comfortable with established internationals like Robin Lenormand and Danny Vivian, and that comparison is instructive. It shows the kind of defender Huijsen believes in, not merely a bruiser to clear danger, but a teammate who anticipates movement, times interventions, and offers positional intelligence that complements his own strength. Modern defending is often defined by those subtle symphonies of movement, and when two players are already speaking the same tactical language, a coach hears opportunity. The circumstances that brought Huijsen into the spotlight are straightforward, yet telling. Cubarsí's injury in the Nations League playoff opened a door, and Huijsen walked through it with a level of calm and consistency that convinced observers he could translate youth potential into senior contribution. Those international minutes mattered. They served as a high-pressure audition that arguably accelerated Real Madrid's decision to invest in a young centre-back whose temperament matched his technical profile. That sequence, injury, opportunity, performance, transfer, is a reminder that careers often hinge on a handful of moments, and that preparation meets chance when young players step up. Beyond the centre-back conversation, Huijsen's praise for Barcelona's Lamine Yamal adds a broader cultural note. In a sport where rivalries heat stadiums and headlines, to publicly admire a teenage opponent is to underline a generational shift. Huijsen called Yamal a great player and half-jokingly hoped he would not cause too much trouble when they meet, a comment that balances genuine respect with the inevitability of competition. That line, affection edged with competitive fire, captures a new normal where young talents across clubs seem to share a sense of responsibility toward the national team's future. Taken together, these moments suggest Spain's national future is being knit around mutual respect and tactical coherence. Defense is not merely a ledger of tackles and clearances, it is a system built on communication, timing and trust. Coaches who notice two teenagers already speaking publicly about partnership will understandably consider experimenting more with those pairings, and for fans the prospect of seeing Huijsen and Cubarsí face off in La Liga carries extra narrative weight. Every duel becomes a study in adaptation and a push toward higher standards. The implications stretch beyond bragging rights. Real Madrid's proactive recruitment of a promising centre-back early in his trajectory could provide them with long-term stability, while Barcelona's production of talent that earns praise even from opponents confirms the academy's continued strength. At international level, having multiple players who can slot into a coherent backline gives Spain tactical flexibility and depth, meaning managers can rotate without losing defensive identity. Whether Huijsen and Cubarsí become a regular pairing for Spain or simply push each other to higher levels through fierce domestic battles, the arrival of names like Huijsen, Cubarsí and Yamal on the same national pages feels like the opening of a new chapter. In the end, football narratives often trade on rivalry, but real progress sometimes arrives when competitors admit admiration. If this is the opening sentence of a longer story, then what comes next? Partnership, repeated battles, or mutual elevation will be one of the most fascinating storylines in European football.